Jupiter, also known as Guru in Vedic astrology, represents wisdom, meaning, expansion, and the principle of growth itself. Unlike planets that push through pressure, conflict, or desire, Jupiter grows through understanding. Jupiter does not force transformation, it allows it to unfold naturally when perspective matures. In Vedic astrology, Jupiter is the planet that shows how we make sense of life. It represents knowledge gained through experience, reflection, and guidance rather than struggle. Where Jupiter is strong in the chart, life tends to feel purposeful over time, even when challenges arise. Where Jupiter is weak or afflicted, lessons are still learned, but often through confusion, misplaced faith, or blind optimism first. Jupiter is called Guru because it represents the inner teacher. This is not limited to formal education, it is the principle that helps us extract meaning from experience. Wisdom is not information, wisdom is context. Jupiter governs belief systems, not religion specifically, but the stories we tell ourselves about life, whether life is supportive or hostile, whether effort is meaningful or pointless. These beliefs quietly shape decision-making, resilience, and emotional stability. In the birth chart, Jupiter shows where growth feels natural, where opportunities appear without force, and where support often arrives at the right time. This does not mean life is easy, but it means life is intelligible. Jupiter brings understanding before reward. However, expansion without discernment leads to excess. Jupiter is generous, but generosity without boundaries becomes indulgence. This is why Jupiter must be guided by ethics. Jupiter expands whatever value system is already in place. Jupiter is deeply connected to Dharma. Dharma means alignment with purpose and order. Jupiter does not ask what you want. It asks what is correct, meaningful, and sustaining over time. If this opening section helped you see Jupiter differently, feel free to comment below and share your thoughts. And if you want to continue learning Vedic astrology step by step, make sure you're subscribed. When Jupiter is strong, people naturally attract mentors, teachers, advisors, and opportunities to learn. Guidance appears externally because guidance exists internally. When Jupiter is weak, people still learn, but often through mistakes, overconfidence, or misplaced trust. Growth still happens, but with more detours. Jupiter operates very differently from Saturn. Saturn teaches through pressure, limits, and time. Jupiter teaches through understanding, faith, and meaning. Saturn asks whether something is real. Jupiter asks whether it is worth pursuing. Both are necessary for maturity. From the Lagna chart, Jupiter shows how growth manifests externally through career expansion, social respect, learning opportunities, and visibility. From the moon chart, Jupiter shows emotional optimism, faith in life, and the ability to remain hopeful during uncertainty. This is why Jupiter must always be read from both charts. The Lagna chart shows what grows in life. The moon chart shows whether the person believes growth is possible. Without belief, opportunity is wasted. Jupiter governs morality and ethics, not rules imposed by society, but an inner moral compass. When Jupiter is strong, people tend to choose integrity instinctively. When Jupiter is afflicted, people may rationalize poor choices or justify misalignment. Jupiter also governs abundance, but abundance is not just money. It is opportunity, perspective, forgiveness, and access to knowledge. In relationships, Jupiter shows generosity and tolerance. In career, Jupiter shows ethical leadership and long-term growth. In spirituality, Jupiter shows openness to wisdom. If this section added clarity, let me know in the comments. And if this series is helping you, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Jupiter does not rush growth. It expands gradually and sustainably. Jupiter trusts timing. This is why Jupiter rewards patience combined with effort rather than urgency. Jupiter periods in astrology often bring opportunities to learn, teach, travel, mentor, or guide others. These periods often feel lighter than Saturn periods, but they still carry responsibility. Jupiter gives opportunity, not guarantees. A common misunderstanding is that Jupiter always brings luck. Jupiter brings opportunity. Whether opportunity becomes success depends on awareness, discipline, and values. Without these, Jupiter can magnify excess, complacency, or arrogance. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. If values are healthy, growth is constructive. If values are distorted, problems expand alongside success. This is why Jupiter is not purely benefic. It magnifies truth. Jupiter is associated with teachers, mentors, and guides. But ultimately, Jupiter wants you to become your own guide. The highest expression of Jupiter is internal wisdom rather than dependence on external authority. From a psychological perspective, Jupiter governs optimism, not naive positivity, but grounded hope. The belief that effort leads somewhere meaningful. When Jupiter is weak, pessimism increases and life feels smaller. Strengthening Jupiter involves learning continuously, teaching what you know, acting ethically, and giving without expectation. If this perspective on Jupiter and growth resonated, feel free to comment below. And if you're enjoying this structured approach to astrology, make sure you're subscribed. Jupiter also plays a crucial role in how a person relates to authority, guidance, and belief systems. When Jupiter is healthy, authority is respected but not blindly followed. Guidance is absorbed, then internalized. When Jupiter is challenged, people may reject authority entirely or place blind faith in external figures. This is why Jupiter placements often show how someone responds to mentors, parents, spiritual teachers, and institutions. Jupiter asks whether wisdom is being integrated or outsourced. In practical life, Jupiter governs education, philosophy, law, counseling, and advisory roles. But more subtly, it governs how a person gives advice to themselves. A strong Jupiter provides inner reassurance during uncertainty. From the Lagna chart, Jupiter shows how guidance appears externally through teachers, opportunities, and institutions. From the Moon chart, Jupiter shows whether guidance is trusted or doubted internally. This explains why some people receive advice repeatedly but never apply it. The issue is not information, it is belief. Jupiter also governs forgiveness, not as a moral rule, but as a psychological release. Holding resentment restricts growth. Forgiveness expands inner space. As Jupiter matures, people naturally become guides for others, not through authority, but through lived understanding. If this section helped you understand your relationship with belief and guidance, feel free to comment below. And if you want to continue this journey through Vedic astrology, make sure you're subscribed. Jupiter's expression changes significantly depending on maturity and life stage. Early in life, Jupiter often shows optimism without experience. People believe things will work out, but don't yet know why. As life progresses, Jupiter refines belief through lived experience. Faith becomes grounded. This is why Jupiter is associated with aging gracefully. Over time, Jupiter replaces urgency with perspective. It teaches that not everything needs immediate resolution. Jupiter governs long-term vision. While Mars focuses on action and Saturn focuses on structure, Jupiter focuses on direction. Without Jupiter, effort lacks meaning. In difficult periods, Jupiter determines whether hardship is interpreted as punishment or as part of growth. This internal framing changes everything. From the Moon chart, Jupiter shows whether emotional setbacks destroy hope or deepen understanding. From the Lagna chart, Jupiter shows whether setbacks redirect growth or cause stagnation. Jupiter does not remove hardship, it contextualizes it. This is why Jupiter is essential during Saturn periods. Saturn tests endurance. Jupiter preserves meaning. Without Jupiter, Saturn becomes overwhelming. If this reframing of Jupiter and maturity helped you, let me know in the comments. And if you're finding value in this series, make sure you're subscribed. Jupiter also plays a major role in timing through dashas and transits. During Jupiter dashas, life often presents opportunities for expansion, education, teaching, or advisory roles. But expansion only works when values are clear. Jupiter dashas test integrity. When values are aligned, growth feels supportive. When values are compromised, excess appears. Jupiter transits often open doors, but Jupiter does not walk through them for you. Action is still required. This is why some people feel Jupiter brought opportunity, but nothing happened. Opportunity unused fades. Jupiter transits also expand awareness. People may change beliefs, seek new philosophies, or reassess meaning beyond material success. From the moon chart, Jupiter transits restore optimism after emotional heaviness. From the Lagna chart, they often bring visible growth or recognition. Both matter. Jupiter's highest function is not success. It is wisdom. When wisdom is present, success becomes secondary. As this Jupiter masterclass concludes, remember this: Jupiter does not promise outcomes. Jupiter offers understanding. Understanding changes how every outcome is experienced. In the next video, we will explore the moon in Vedic astrology and examine emotions, mental patterns, and inner experience in depth. If this Jupiter masterclass added clarity to how you view growth and meaning in your life, feel free to comment below. And if you want to continue this structured learning journey, make sure you're subscribed. Understanding life through the lens of Vedic astrology.